Let's hook the capybara's body first. Take out the yellow thread. Hold the thread in your right hand. First, wrap the thread around your hand. Go around the little finger like this. Then wrap it around the back of your index finger. It came from above the index finger like this. Use your middle finger and thumb to pinch the piece of thread. You can thread it through the middle of your fingers. Come between your fingers. Just make sure it goes all the way around your little finger. And then it goes around the top of the index finger. Yeah, I can take it any way I want, right? When you put the thread on your hand. Next we start crocheting. Hook the first loop with 5 braid pins. Crochet we are using the thicker end of 2.0. Start the braid needle. Put the crochet hook on the top of the thread like this. Make a loop of the thread. And then you wind the wire. Pull it out of the loop. Now this knot is a slip knot. It can be pulled. In the process of crochet, this one if the thread is loose, I can turn the bottom line. Tighten the thread between your index finger and the crochet piece, and then you tie a knot like this. Start hooking the first braid needle. Loop the crochet needle around the thread. Bring a line. This is the first braid pin. There's a V here. It's pretty obvious. Then the crochet hook has a hook on it. There's one on the back of the crochet. This is the first stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5. After you hook 5 braid pins, next is to our back hook. 1 V. Each stitch is a V, and then we went backwards. This is the reciprocal. This is the first one. The top edge of the second V. We only hook it by half a stitch. It goes through the middle of the braid. Just pick it up one side after it comes through. Next we hook a short V stitch and stitch. Hook the thread by winding it. Mark the half circle here. Then go and wrap the 2 coils on the crochet hook. This is a short needle. We can be on the first short pin. Hook a marker button. It's on the first V. Then add the needle. Short needle plus needle. It's 2 stitches in one eye. We just take one off. It came through a needle. Then hook a short needle. Pull it over here and you obviously have to V. It's 2 needle with 2 round holes. And then we have our X. It's 2 short needles. 1 short needle in each eye. Lift half of the needle in. Wind the wire through the coil. The first short stitch. Then make a second short stitch in the next stitch. Look at the drawing. There's a brace here. Says it's just for short needles. Makes the short stitches in the last stitch. For these needles are all in the same sequence. After you finish this side, we came to the other side. It's the other half of the braid. You can see here that there's a hole in the middle. Front of aperture. There's a line here at this point. We thread a crochet needle through the front of this thread. There's a hole coming through here. After coming through, put the back end on the crochet hook. Let's hide the thread and wind it. The forks are 2 short needles. 1 in each order. Then the next stitch. Look for needles this way. Just look at the edge. There's a line in this one. This is the edge of it. It's the other half of the braid. And then we go over here where it crosses. There's a hole here. Look at the line in the middle. Here's a stitch. Then walk across the middle line. There's a hole here. This is a needle order. And then there's a line here to go through. Here is a needle eye. We just hook one up and threaded it to the next stitch. A short needle came through. The two short pins are equal. Add a short stitch to the back stitch. Just 2 short needles, one for each. This loop back. Take the first mark off. Through the stitch we just put the marker on. Come and draw him. This is pulling through all the coils on the needle. Pull it back together end to end. That'll hook us up for the first lap. After drawing, hook a lock pin. Hook again. You can do this after pulling. Let's start with this line. Tighten the coil on the needle. When the coil on the needle is tightened, then pick the needle up to pull the needle out of the small. Now the normal needles are large. This stitch is small. Then finger again to pin it on the coil. Pick it a little tighter. Winding hook locking needle. And then pull the lock needle down with a crochet hook. Make this one of the lock pins smaller, too. He's distinguishable from normal needles. Hook the first circle. The next round is 6 sets of short stitches, and a short needle and a needle. One needle and hook short needle plus needle. Alternate. Our first stitch is in the stitch we just drew. It's the pin we just tagged. Put the crochet needle through first. Then wind the wire. So you have 2 coils. Then wind the wire and pull through the 2 coils. This is a short needle. We mark the first short pin. One short stitch, next stitch a short stitch plus a stitch. It's just 2 short stitches in one eye. 1, 2. This is a group of 1 short, 1 plus. Then the next short stitch. Then add the needle. From the second turn the needle is threaded through the whole V of the needle. It's more obvious here and you can see it on the side here. This is a V. A V is a needle. From here we go through a whole V. Where do we only hook half the braid needle from the first turn? Short plus short. And then this one should be a needle. A short pin is a small square. Obviously, it's gonna squeeze a little bit. 2 little squares together. This is a short stitch and a plus stitch. In this way to distinguish the needle is the hook of what stitch. 1 short stitch and 1 extra stitch. Then add the stitch and hook the short stitch. The last one down the loop is a pin. That makes it a little bit more obvious. This is short and short. After the hook is finished, you can count whether your stitch is correct. We have a total of 18 stitches in the second circle. Such a VAV number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Count to the one with the marker. The first shot should be 18. If not, you can open it to see if it's not the right needle. The number of stitches has to be right or the whole thing will be out of shape. On the last stitch, pull out where we made the mark. To draw is to wind the thread through all the coils on the needle. Pull the needle down when you come through. Crochet and then hook a standing stitch to also pull it down. This is a normal stitch. This is the lead. And stand up. Then came the third lap. The third round is a short stitch and a stitch. The short needle has a total of 24 needle orders. Also check group row. Count a few as you hook. Again, start the first short stitch in the first drawn stitch. After hook, novice friends still need to make a marker, where you might not find the first stitch. Okay, the first stitch make the mark buckle start short. Short and short is the first group. The second group is still short plus short. When you hook it, be careful to pull it all the way through. Short and short to make a group. The needle is just a needle. After the needle is hooked, this coil on the needle should not be pulled too tight. Just a little bit of space where the crochet can move around. And then the next group gets shorter and shorter. Six sets is a perfect circle. Over the last pull, stand up. We come to the first needle to draw. When you pull it over, pull the needle down. And then winding the hook of the pin also pulls it down. Now it's time to hook the fourth circle. The fourth round is 3 short stitches and 1 plus, a total of 30 stitches. 3 short and 1 plus. Repeat this until you reach the end. The fourth loop is finished and the first needle is drawn. and then the fifth lap. Lap 5 and lap 9. There's a line change here. There are 30 needles in total. We'll start with 13 short stitches. Then use the thread to hook 13 short pins. It's just a short stitch in each stitch. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Hook the coil out on the 13th. Just keep the two coils glued and we're gonna change the wires. Take out the slightly darker coffee color of his mouth. Be careful with the lines here. The underside of his mouth has a coffee color like this. A little lighter. And the other color is a darker coffee color. You sew it on this color. It has a nose and the coffee in its eyes. Let's put this coffee color on your hand. Here the thread ends to the opposite side of it. The front and the back of this fabric we distinguish like this. The heads are small pieces one by one. That's a pretty obvious roll. The reverse side looks like this. The stitch is less obvious on the opposite side. Let's leave the end of the line behind. Push the thread to the back. Then thread the tape through the two coils on the needle. Then move on to the next stitch. Let's start with the short stitch. After the first stitch, put the crochet through the next stitch. And then you add this color wire. Put it on a crochet hook and we'll make a stitch. Wrap the wire around it. And then loop out again. And then I'm going to put this thread down here. Just the one shot, that's it. Next stitch. On the winding hook out, you can see one more to here. We need to check 4. Take off 3. Move on to the next needle. Wind the wire and pull it out. And then this one. We're not going to pull it out in this color. There are 3 V's. Plus the V on the crochet is for stitches. When you're done, let's put this wire down. Alright, bring up the yellow that I put down. Wrap around. And give him a little bit of space in the back. Don't make it too tight. Just leave a little bit out. Let's get it out again. You can stretch it a little bit longer. Let's give it another shot and push it down. Pull all the stitches up tight. Then thread this yellow thread through the crochet hook. Put some pressure on the crochet hook. He's behind the line at the end. Hook over. That adds up to 4 stitches. Tighten it up a little bit on the back end. Next, take the remaining 13 yellow lines. 11, 12, 13. Then draw in the first stitch. Stand up and pull tight. Five to 9 laps are used to repeat the shizai yellow lines. There are also for coffee color lines after the reversal, such as stitch to hook. Start with shisan short stitches. Change the line every time we get here, all the way to circle 9. Take the thread out and thread it into the next stitch. Tighten the wire. Stitch and then change the thread. Leave a little bit behind. Pull out. Then the next stitch. Put the back two ends on the crochet hook. The next line change has to be a loop to the 9th loop. This is the 9th lap. I got a hook where the wire changes, and then bring the opening and closing wire over here. Next stitch, tighten the wire. Round jaw is over, and the beginning of the first pinpole connection. Stand up. Loosen the coil first. Leave the color line for the mouth, about 5 or 6 centimeters. Just cut it out. Put the thread in there. The 9th circle is over. Next 10th lap. Round 10 is 11 short pins. And then for reduction stitches. After 11 short stitches there are 26 stitches. 11 short needles. Start with the needle that was drawn. 10. 10. 11. After the 11 short pin there are 2 yellow ones. So much for the color of your mouth. And then we move on to the reduction pin. There are 4 reduction pins. The first reducer. The reducer is one side of the needle. From the outside to the middle of the needle. Only half of what he needs is a needle. Then come back down and pick up half of the next needle. Thread the stitches and draw them out. So the first two are the quills on the eye. Wire wrapping. This is a reduction pin. Turn two needles into one. And then the color of the mouth also goes through the two halves of the rootstock. Then wrap the wire and hook it out. The second. The third. Be careful to wear it through one half of the thread. Four. So we cut him for stitches and then we move on to the next one. Make sure you don't hook the cut again. Hook a new needle. After the hook is done and the first needle is drawn and pulled tight. Standing up tension. And then on lap 11, we hook a needle. Eight short needles. 1. Eight. After the 8 short stitches are hooked, the 4 reduction stitches are hooked. Still 2 on one side of the needle. For reduction pins, after the hook is by short stitch E plus stitch. Then hook the short stitches into the last stitch. It's just a plus pin. Then draw. Next, lap 12. 8 short needles and then for sets of XV. Then hook 8 short pins. Start with 8 short stitches. Eight and then for sets of short plus. First hook a short pin. And then one more stitch. This is the first group. First a short needle, then a short needle and a needle. This is the second set for hooks. After the fourth set of hooks, next make 8 short stitches. 1, 8. Then draw with the first needle. Next, lap 13. It's 4 sets of 6 short needles and 1 extra. That's a total of 32 stitches. Start with 6 short stitches. Then hook a plus pin. This is a set of 6 short needles and 1 extra needle. Then the next group. Then the third group. Then the fourth group. Hook the end and the first pin, draw the connection. Then hook a standing pin. This is followed by 14到16 laps, all 32 short pins. Round 16 is over. Tighten the connection with the first pin. And then lap 17 sets of 7 short pins and E plus pin. That's a total of 36 stitches. Start with 7 short stitches. Then one adds a needle. The second group. Hook it on circle 17. Also connected with the first pin, draw. Then there are 36 short pins on lap 18到19. After the draw on turn 19. Then hook a standing pin and pull it tight. And then the next 20 row sets of 2 short stitches, each subtracting stitch are short stitches. There are 30 needles in all. Hook a reducer. Pick half of the needle. Then pick half of the next stitch. draw it out and wind it. This is a reducer. And then to short stitches. Row sets hook finish. Just one loop is hooked to the head, so the needle count is right. Alright, next up in lap 21 is 6 sets of 3 short and 1 minus. The first group. Short, short,